Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Please ensure to like, share, and subscribe. And also click the bell notification in the top right-hand corner to be made aware anytime I upload tutorials or videos to YouTube. All right, let's craft together. Hey guys, today we are going to be putting a design on a jogging suit. I'm going to put my name on the uh, jogger jogging suit top, and I'm also going to put it on the leg. I'm going to be using Asub film, and I'm also going to be using Asub DTF powder. This is the black powder. I'm going to be pouring this into a container so that I can have it in a container to use going forward, but I just wanted to show it to you in the packaging. A sub and my film, if you guys can see it, is sitting right there. It comes on a roll it comes on a roll, but my printer doesn't allow for a roll. So what I did is I took and I measured it out to a 13 by 19. And so I'm using a 13 by 19 piece of the roll. Um, so it's the A sub film and also the A sub DTF powder. Now, because my design has a lot of dark or black in it, I'm going to be using the black powder. Okay. If my design didn't have a lot of black or dark colors in it, then I would use the white DTF powder. Okay. Um, your black powder, they say, takes a little bit longer to cure than the white powder. So we're going to test that. But again, I'm going to be using a size 13 by 19 from my roll. Let me see if I can point to it from my roll right here that I actually rolled it out and then cut it. But eventually, I'm going to get a roller holder that I can put up above my printer and just pull it off as I need it, or either put it into my printer and let it roll in and then just cut it from there. But I don't have the manpower today. So I cut my film, have my film in my Epson Echo Tank 8550, and then we're going to be using the black DTF powder by Asub. So Asub and Asub DTF powder and film today. Okay. Now, Asub does sell the DTF film in the single sheets, and they sell it in the 8.5 by 11, and I believe they sell it in 13 by 19, but I'm not sure, so don't quote me on that. But I will link their products that I'm using today in the description of this video tutorial. But we're going to go ahead and get started. So this is my first time. I'm excited, guys, to actually be doing DTF on a complete jogging suit. Okay, so we're going to do the jogging suit top and also the leg. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, guys, so I'm going to be designing inside of Cricut Design Space for this particular project. So I am going to go ahead and click on text, and I'm going to type in the text here. So I'm using a font that I got from Creative Fabrica called Retro Graffiti. So that's what it looks like. And what we're going to do is we're going to be adding an offset, and we're going to be adding a pattern to this particular text. Okay. So right now it's on a basic cut. We're going to come and click on the operation drop down arrow, and we're going to change this to print then cut. And no, we're not going to be printing from Cricut, but we're just going to design in Cricut. So we got print then cut, and then we're going to click this little box here. Now notice when this is on a basic cut, you don't have that option. So I'm going to change it here to a basic cut. You have this option, but you only have this option for colors. So I can change the colors of my text. but I won't be able to do what I'm about to do with the print then cut. Okay, so you have to put this on print then cut to do what I'm about to show you. So you have this little box, but now when we click on it, we actually have a drop down next to colors. Okay, so when you are on cut alone, a basic cut, you don't have the option. Okay, so you can see the difference. There's no colors here with the drop down arrow. But when I click on it and I change this to a print then cut, now when I click on this, I have a color with an drop down arrow. So now I'm going to click on pattern. And these are patterns that I've uploaded into Cricut Design Space. In order to upload a pattern into Cricut, you would do it the same way you would an image. You would click on upload and you would click on pattern field. And then you would upload your pattern. You would locate the pattern on your computer. I'm just going to choose anything. Let's say I wanted to make this a pattern. So I would click on open and then I would name my pattern and I can assign a color to it to make it easy to find. And instead of doing that, I'm just going to go ahead and click on upload just so I can show you how to use this. And so now if I go back to my actual project, so I'm going to cancel here because we've already uploaded it. So I'm going to go back here and now when I click on this drop down arrow and click on pattern, you can see here, there's that owl pattern. So if I click on it, that's the owls that I just uploaded into Cricut Design Space as a pattern, not an image. And then you can actually edit the pattern. So I can use this radio dial here to make my owls larger or smaller. And you can make them horizontal, vertical, rotate, flip them. I'm going to click off, but you can see I made them smaller so you can kind of see more of the owl on there. But I'm not going to use the owl pattern. I'm going to use a different pattern. And I want the sunflowers that I've uploaded as a pattern. So let me find the right one. That is one of my favorites. Sometimes it's hard to see your patterns because they're so small. It would be nice if you hovered over them and they got larger, but it doesn't do that. So let me go back up. I'm gonna click off of it. Sometimes it'll take a minute for your pattern to display. Hmm, I think this is the one I clicked on the first time. All right, hold on, guys. Let me find my pattern. All right, guys, I found it. It was this one. All right, so now that I have my pattern with my sunflowers in there, I'm going to add an offset, actually two of them. So the first one I'm going to add is going to be a white offset. So I'm going to make that about 0.56. Okay, and then we're going to click on apply. And you can see it put a black offset there, but I want to make the offset white. So I'm going to go up here and change this to white. And you can't see it because I have a white background. But if I change my canvas color by clicking on blank canvas here on the right and then go to color, I can change my canvas to black because that's the color jogging suit I'm going to be putting this on. So you can now see that white offset. But we're going to add one more offset to this. So we're going to click on our image again and we're going to go back to offset and we're going to add another offset here. I think I kind of like I want to make it a little bit bigger, maybe about there. So that's at 0.208, and we're going to click on apply. Now, this particular offset, we're going to um, add it and we're going to make it yellow or kind of the goldish color in there. Okay, I think it's that kind of yellow. All right, so what we're going to do now is you can tell that our white went away. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring that white. I'm just going to move it up one here on the right. I just moved it up, moved that layer up, and that put it in front of the bigger offset. So you can still see the white on there. Okay, so now we have our Candoris and we have our two offsets on there, and we're going to leave it like that. And then I'm going to select all three layers. You can see here all three layers are selected. And then I'm going to click on group. And what that's going to do is now I can move this as one cohesive image. Okay. So I'm going to now turn this back to white, which is my background. And we're going to put it back on white. So now you can see the white offset and you can see the gold or yellow offset there behind it, right? So what we're going to do now is I'm using my laptop and I have a print screen key. Okay, so I'm going to hit my print screen key, which just has PRT space SC on it. I'm going to hit that on my keyboard and then it's going to give me this little window so I can actually screen capture. I can do an image capture or I can, which is a little called a snippet. You can also do a snippet of videos and so on and so forth. So I'm just going to click outside of the image. This is me with the little crosshairs on my screen. So I'm going to click outside of the image and then I'm going to drag my mouse over the image. So I just took a snapshot of this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring, um, I'm going to open up a slide in PowerPoint and we're going to place it inside of PowerPoint just for a brief second. So I'm going to go to PowerPoint. I'm going to change my layout here to blank. And then I'm going to right click and paste that image from Cricut Design Space. Okay. So the reason I'm doing it this way is because I've had several people to ask me how can they get an image from Cricut Design Space. So this is one of the ways that you can do it by using, if you have Snagit, you can use Snagit. I used Print Screen, but there's multiple ways that you can actually go in and do that. So now that I have my Candoris here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click and save this as a picture. And you guys can see I've done this before. So I'm doing it now just to show you. So now I'm going to go in and I'm going to say Candoris test. We're going to take out this picture 3 and we're going to save it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my Canva and I'm going to open up Canva and bring that into Canva. All right. So we could very well just go to Microsoft PowerPoint. We could remove the background in Microsoft PowerPoint, but sometimes it's a little bit funkier to do it in PowerPoint. So we're just going to do it in Canva. That's basically what we're trying to do is to get a transparent background on this thing. So I'm going to I'm in Canva and I'm going to go to custom size and I'm going to have my width and height on inches. So you would click on this drop down arrow and select inches. And I'm reversing my size. I'm saying that I want it to come in at a 19 by 13. And I'm going to click on create design. And that's because I'm going to have it going the long way. And actually, I'm going to go back. I'm going to change that from 13 by 19 to from 1913 to 1319 because this is going to be going down the side of the leg. So I'm going to go ahead and change it. So we're going to put 13 first and 19. in the height. So this will work out better for what I'm trying to do. And then you would just go to upload. You would upload that file that we just brought in as Ken Doris 123. Okay. You would bring that in, and what you want to do is you want to remove the background. So right now, if I add a black background, you're going to see that this has a white border because we brought it from Cricut Design Space. To remove that border, to remove this white border, we're going to do the same thing we would normally do in Canva. You're going to click on your image, edit photo, and BG remover. And now we have our design with no background. We still have our white, you can see that, and then we have our yellow. And then I'm going to change this back to white. And now I'm ready to save this as a PNG. So we're going to go ahead and save this as a PNG. You would just click on share and then download. Make sure you select transparent background and you want to save it as a PNG, and you would just click on download. And it's going to save this to whatever your file name was. I didn't put a file name, so it saved mine as Untitled Design. But if you name it here, so we can say Candoris test, and save it. Then when you upload it, I don't know how I just got this in here. I clicked on something crazy. But now we have our name that's going to be going down the pant leg on the jogging suit. So then you would share, download, PNG, and make sure you select transparent background. And when you download, it'll pick up the name of your file from Canva. Okay. But if you're not naming your files, you're going to get a bunch of untitled designs. Okay. So now that we have our design and we have it saved as a PNG, we're going to go into CAD Link. We're going to bring this design into CAD Link, and we're going to go ahead and get it on our jogging pants. Now, because I had already done this, guys, I'm going to delete this because I can see that my design is a little funkier, and I want it to match because I already have the Candoras for my top. And then I'm now doing the one for my pant leg. So I'm going to use this one instead so that it'll match. Okay. But the process is the same. So we're just going to make sure that we have our background removed. So I'm going to delete that one because the one I'm using, the background, I think it was this one. Okay. So we're going to edit photo and remove that background. And now we have my design. I just made my offset just thinner on this one than I did the previous one. So now that we have this, we're going to go ahead and we're going to save this as a PNG. And so we're going to say share. I'll go ahead and do it here with you. Transparent background, download. So this is the one that I want. I want the one with the thinner offset. I did it thicker on this one. So, all right. So now that I have that, I'm going to go over to CAD Link, which is actually called Digital Factory Online, Digital Factory, and I'm using version 11. We're going to get that up and running. So far, I've shown you how to design this image in, or how to design some text font in Cricut Design Space. I've shown you how to um, take a snippet of it from Cricut Design Space and put it in a PowerPoint just so you can save it. And then we saved it, took it into Canva, removed the background, and then saved it as a PNG. So now we're going to click on the plus sign here in CAD Link, and we're going to get our Candoras. Now I'm going to use the one that I had printed out, which is Make sure I get the right one. Okay, we'll do this one because we know the background is not there. And then when you get this message due to low resolution, you're going to click on OK. And when we get our image here pending, we're going to click on it. And we're just going to take and right click with the image selected and select supersize settings or supersize. Uh, I went really fast on that, didn't I? Supersize image. We're going to click on that and then change this new resolution to 300. Okay. You want it to get it to a 300 DPI and click OK. So this is going to change that resolution so that we get a nice clean print, and it's already mirrored for us. So it came in as a 13 by 19. Um, Hold on. But it's really not a 13 by 19 because it has all this white space in it. So I'm going to go in and select my image and I'm going to click on crop, and I'm going to take out all this white space, because if I don't take out this white space that's surrounding the candoras, then you don't get an actual true size. Okay. So you can see where I've cropped that white space out now, and we're going to come down here and click on create. And now we have a true size. So we have this width at 13 and the height is at 4.81. But I'm going to rotate this since I want this to go down the pant leg. And I'm going to come here to where it says rotation. And I'm going to rotate it at a 90-degree angle. Okay, so this is what I want. And so I want my width, I'm just going to leave it on the 4.81, but my height, I want my height to be about, I'm going to say 17. So we're going to delete this and we're going to say 17. All right, because we want it long going down our pant leg. Okay, so now that we have that and we have taken out that white excess that was going around it, we have a true size, which is width 4.81 and a height of 17. All right, and we can lock that back. And this is printing out on a 13 by 19. So um, I'm going to click on this and I'm going to say I want it to center at the top of the page, which is here. Okay, so we'll have more than enough room. Now, if I wanted to actually have multiples of this Candoras, I have enough room where I can do 3 of these at one time or about 3 of these at one time, but I'm just going to work with this one today to make it quick. Okay. All right, so now that we have this, we are ready to rock and roll and print. I already have my 13 by 19 DTF from Asub. I've already cut it off the roll. And so we're going to go ahead and click on print and we're going to get this party started. All right, so we're going to move over to our printer and see what we get. All right, guys, so you can see we have our design is now printing. It lays down the color first and then it puts the white on top. And that is what you need in order to be able to do direct to film, DTF. So this is the Epson Echo Tank 8550 that I'm using. This was initially an inkjet printer that I changed over to direct to film. And in order to change it over to direct to film, you have to actually replace the gray ink that initially comes with this inkjet. You're going to replace all inks. But when you replace them, you're going to replace them with 2 whites and then your other basic 4 colors. So you have to have white in order to do direct to film. So you can see here that it puts the color on the bottom and then the white on the top. And then we're going to apply that black Asub DTF powder on top. And I'm using black DTF powder because my design has a lot of dark or black in it. So that's why I'm using the black today. And we're going to let this finish printing out. And this is the part that's going to go down the side of the front part of the pant leg on my jogging suit. And I've already did the part for my top part of my jogging suit. So initially I recorded this, but I recorded it without showing you the part in Cricut Design Space. So I just wanted to show those that want to be able to design it in Cricut, if you want to try this out. Because I know I'll get a lot of questions on, you know, how did you do the graffiti print? And I will put the font that I'm using, that I took from Creative Fabrica. I will put that in the description of this video tutorial. All right, so now that it's done, guys, we're going to go ahead and we're going to be using the black DTF powder. I've taken it and transferred it into a container. I was going to get this one from Walmart, but I decided to go with this one because, I don't know, I want to try something different. But they did have these. These are cupcake holders, guys. These are the initial ones that I get from Walmart, but I decided to try this one, and it came with 2 of them for $9.99. All right, so I'm going to get my tripod set up, and we're going to go ahead and put our DTF powder on top of our design. All right, guys. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to scoop up some of this black DTF powder. And you want to make sure you're using gloves and preferably a mask when you do this. So here's our design, Ken Doris. And we're going to go ahead and apply this DTF powder. And I like to just put it in the center. And then I'm going to rotate it back and forth until we get it coated. Make sure you do not touch that white ink, and you also don't want to touch the powder. And when you're doing this, guys, try not to breathe this stuff in. And the powder is reusable, as you can see. I'm just shuffling it back and forth onto my design to cover the white. Okay, so now that we have it coated with that Asub DTF powder, we're now going to take this and we're going to put it under the heat press and we're going to cure it. Okay, so give me a second here. And I actually cut this little piece of paper out because I'm going to tape it to this so that I will remember that this is Asub DTF. I highly recommend that you have a way to, you know, if you're going to start doing this, guys, that you label where you're getting your, what powder it is you're using, so you can keep up with what's what, because now I have 3 of these white trays, and then now I have 2 of these blue trays, and, or clear with the blue on the top. And normally I wouldn't waste this DTF film. I probably would have been able to do 2 of these Ken Dorises, but you know, for time purposes, I just wanted to focus on just this one. I'm just cutting away this excess because we don't need it. And we're going to move over to the heat press and cure this now. All right, I have my heat press set at 400, guys. And you have to find the sweet spot for your heat press because not all heat presses are the same. And I'm going to cure this for about 3 minutes. For some reason, the black DTF powder takes a little bit longer than the white DTF powder. And I'm going to be using my heat press. And so all I'm going to do is bring the platen down once it gets to the desired temperature, because it's still not there. But I'll just bring the platen down and hover the platen over
the design without touching it. You do not want to touch this. You don't want to allow your heat press to touch this. We're just going to hover it over it so that it can cure the DTF powder for us. Now, I normally would use my convection oven over here. Let me show you guys. I would normally use my convection oven to cure, but this design is too long for me to close my convection oven. So that's why I'm using my heat press. All right. So you can also use a heat gun to cure your DTF powder. I show how to use the heat gun in my DTF hack video. So if you want to check that out, please do so. But this is the design right here. And this is the one that's going to go on the top part of our shirt or our hoodie on the jogging suit. So this one is already done. I've already cured this one. So this one is ready to go. Okay. So we're going to get the leg part done. And then we'll be ready to press this onto our shirt. So I'm going to allow this, my heat press, to get up to the desired temperature. And then I'm just going to show you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to lower the platen like this without touching the image. All right. And then I'm going to let it cure this DTF powder. Okay. So once I get this cured, I'm going to come back and we're going to go ahead and get it pressed onto our black jogging suit. All right, guys, our heat press, I have turned down. I have now cured the design for both our bottom and top of the jogging set. So I have the neck or the hoodie part at the bottom part of my heat press, and that's so that I don't have to worry about trying to bundle the neck or the hoodie part all up in that area there, or the back of the heat press. So I have lowered this to 325 and we're going to press it for 15 seconds. Alrighty. So that's our design now for our top. We're going to go ahead and do the bottom. So I'm going to take and put my pant leg onto my heat press here. And let me make sure I got it going the right way, and I don't. So I'm going to put my pant leg on my press. I think I'll put it down where you guys can see it coming down towards you. I got this jogging set at a Viva Warehouse here in Dallas, Texas, which is a t-shirt shop. And I like it because it comes with the pockets. So we're going to come down, I think about here, and go kind of like in that center. I think that'll be good. Let me line this up so you guys can see it. So I'm coming down the pant leg of my jogging set. All right, so we're going to go ahead and press 325 for 15 seconds. And I think I turned it the wrong way, y'all. I think I should have had it the other way. No, I got it the right way. I thought I had it wrong, because if I flip it the other way, then Candora's would be down that way. So we got Candora's starting from the top, going down. So we're going to let this cool for a second. And we're going to bring our jogging suit top back. And we're going to take a look. So we're now going to take this off. Perfecto. And we're going to press it one more time. We're going to press it one more time. Let me just get it on the press. My heat press, guys, I ordered off of eBay. It doesn't have a brand name or anything on it. But it was, it came with a 10-year warranty. And it's a 16 by 24. All right. I think that's good. We're going to press it one more time. Just going to lay a piece of Teflon on top here. Are done with their top. I'm going to show you everything here in 1 second. And here's our pant leg of our jogger. Press this one more time. We are done. Alright, give me a second. I'm going to get it set up so you can see it. Cut my heat press off. So give me 1 second. Alright guys, so here's the top. This is the hoodie with our Candoris on there. And then you got the little area where you can put your hands here. And then here is the pants. So let me see if I can raise the top in a second. Alright guys, here's the pant leg with the Candoris coming down the side. So we got our top. I just folded that up. But that's the whole thing. And then it has the pockets here on the side of the pants with the zipper on each side. So that is the completed set here. Tried to give you guys a good visual. So you got your jogging pants. Let's see if I come back. So you got your top, your hoodie, and then you got your jogging pants. Okay. So that is it, guys, and that is all. This is 17 inches in length. When you're doing DTF, you want to leave yourself about 1 inch to 1.5 inches of free space at the bottom. So you don't want to do the full 18. Sometimes you'll end up with issues if you take it all the way to the full, if you take it to 19, that's what I meant. If you take it to the full 19. So I normally stop about 17, 17 and a half. I won't go past 17 and a half. But that's it, guys. That is the jogging set, top and bottom. All right, so Candoris, that's how it will look. So of course, you know, this part is gonna show, but it's because I got it pulled all the way down. But it would show because this is not gonna be all the way down to my ankles, or not to my ankles, but to my knees. It's not gonna be all the way down to my knees. So Anywho, that is it, guys. Chime in the comments. Let me know what you think. I used Asub, DTF powder, and the Asub roll of film. And so I just cut off what I needed on the roll of Asub film, and then use that black DTF powder on there. So that is it, and that is all. And I highly recommend that you get a container to put your DTF powder in, like you saw mine. And that way, you know, you can keep it stored in a nice, cool place, outside of having to continually pour it out of the bag and then put it back into the bag, which I think will cause more messy issues. So, you know, you have less mess if you just get a container. And like I said, I got those containers that you saw me using today from Walmart, 2 for $9.99. All right. But that's it. And that is all Asub DTF film and Asub black DTF powder. And I think it looks really nice. And I'll link the font from Creative Fabrica in the description of this video tutorial, as well as the Asub products. And yeah, that's it, guys. Hey, I'm also an affiliate with CADlink or Digital Factory. So if you're interested in CADlink, then you'll see my affiliate link in the description of this video, actually on my link tree as well. So just check it out if you're interested in getting CADlink. So for those that may want to ask, can I print directly from Cricut Design Space to the Epson EcoTank 8550? The answer is no. You do have to have some type of RIP software, which is what CADlink is. And CADlink for me was on the more cost efficient end. So that is what I have, which is CADlink. And again, it will be linked in the description of this video tutorial. All right. All right, guys. Hey, if you're currently in my Facebook group, I want to thank you guys so much for following me via my Facebook. If you would like to join my Facebook group, it is called Candora's Cricut and Creative Crafters. It's also linked in the description of my video on my link tree. All you have to do is agree to the Facebook group rules and we will get you in. Okay. And then if you're currently if you are currently subscribed to my YouTube channel, thank you guys so much for the love and support via YouTube. And if you're not, and you are seeing me for the first time and you like my method of teaching, I teach on all types of crafting projects, guys, not just DTF stuff. And I have over 550 video tutorials on my YouTube channel. So check that out. And please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. All right. All right, guys, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. You guys know my motto is each one reach one so that each one can teach one. And you guys have an amazing day. Bye.